We've used like squirt guns or Nerf guns or
so
whatever's
fun.
outside.
I want Allie to homeschool me.
I was like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, come teach me more. This is cool.
You know, it's always necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have kiddos who I have some kiddos that sitting inside can be physically painful.
Welcome to the Homeschool Perspective, where seasoned homeschooling moms share tips, insights, and resources to empower your homeschool journey.
Welcome back to another episode of the Homeschool Perspective. Today, we are diving into a fun one, our personal must-have homeschool supplies. We all have those go-to items that we just cannot imagine homeschooling without. And today, we're going to share our absolute favorites, from some of the most basic to weird. We got some weird ones coming, but we'll cover everything that makes our personal homeschool days so much smoother, more fun, and just downright awesome. So whether you're setting up your homeschool space for the first time or you're looking for new ideas to kind of refresh your setup, grab your wish list and get ready to be inspired because these are awesome ones. Let's jump into our homeschool supply treasure trove and find out what essentials we just cannot live without. All right, guys, who is like chomping at the bit? Because I have been so excited about my list here.
Oh, this is fun. This is a fun one. I can start with mine.
Please.
So probably our number one must-have school supply is something that I discovered a few years ago and have it now on our subscribe and save from Amazon. And it is the Ticonderoga golf pencil with erasers. Guys, these pencils are they're perfect. They're small because they're the golf pencil size, and the ratio between pencil and eraser is absolutely perfect. Ticonderoga is the best pencil. Like, you cannot tell me that there's not that. Yeah, like if you're gonna buy a pencil,
you had my heart at Ticonderoga.
I mean,
you're a homeschooling mom without saying you homeschool. The ratio, the eraser, and pencil.
It's a thing. Listen. So, I mean, because how many pencils do you have that have no eraser, or like they get chewed up, or they get, and then I have so many pencils that were not even sharp, have never been sharpened, that the eraser is gone. Like, what is that? And so buying those Ticonderoga golf pencils, it's just like fits in little hands. If they lose them, it's not that big of a deal, but they get them, kids love those little pencils. Like, the smaller, the better. I don't know. To me, like that's number one. Like,
They're
that is
magic.
that is just number one. Do you want to share one at a time and then like go around and then
do it.
Cycle through? Let's do that.
Do it. All right, Lisa, what's your first one on your list?
In that vein, my stationery supply area. So we love good pencils, erasable pens. I personally have to have my Papermate flares, like all the colors, and my day planner, and my paper cutter. So like my little stationery station is,
yeah.
I need that to make the days.
You have a whole station.
I love it.
I have the erasable pens with my planner too. Like, I was just talking to a couple homeschool moms the other day, and I was introducing them to, like, here's one here, my erasable friction pens. Look at you guys are all grabbing your erasable pens. Everyone's like, I got them.
Yes.
But when you're planning, when I'm doing my homeschool planning, I use my erasable pens and I color code it. And then, depending on like the time of day, I mean, this is me not being a paper and pencil type of person, but something about the erasable colored pens, like, yes, please give those to me and allow me to do all the things with them. And then you can erase it if it doesn't work.
If you're neurodivergent at all, like I love neurospicy as a phrase. Yeah. Colors actually help you with the planning and stuff. Like, because it cements it in your memory. That's why we started using them for planning. And then I found out they help me too.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, so really, we're just helping our kids.
Exactly. Of course.
And my kids love to use them.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But my kids like to use them too, especially my oldest. Like, he doesn't like to write with pencil, but he will write with pens. And knowing that they're erasable helps him because, if he makes a mistake, he knows that it's easy to fix. And it was like never there, Yeah. So he has a hard time with like mistakes, being okay with making mistakes. But the way that these erase, helps him. And so he likes that.
Every mom who has a kiddo who doesn't like to get things wrong, just sigh of relief. They're ordering right now. Add to cart.
And apparently the friction erasable pens is like the official pen of STEM.
Ooh.
So
Who
STEM,
made that decision?
I don't know, but STEM has an official pen, which I just think is cool because, like, again, like you were saying with the colors and helping your brain, if you think about like STEM and the problem solving that has to happen, like if you're doing all of this written work in different colors and you're, marking things in different colors, that can really, really help you. Whereas before the only option was pencil. And, I don't know. So anyway, erasable pen rant. That was on my list too, Lisa. So I'm gonna have to think of something else when it gets back to my turn. But I love your whole stationery setup. That's fun. That makes homeschooling fun.
It does.
For you.
For us, but it just like when you have the right tools, it's just better.
Yeah.
Okay, my number one are magnetic bookmarks, and I have them in different sizes. So, okay,
this is really cool.
Excited about these.
Yeah, so tell me.
If you haven't seen magnetic bookmarks, they're the best. It's just two magnets like connected, so they kind of fold over the page, and I have them in different sizes with points on the end. So I almost use them as book flags. So like when we are in a read aloud or in curriculum, I put it wherever we finish. And we've got this magnetic bookmark. They don't fall out because they're connected to each other. And then anybody who's picking up for the next time knows exactly where to start. They are my absolute favorite. They help with the kids being independent. They help if someone else is here and wants to start reading with them, whatever it is. So all of the kids' curriculum have them. All of our read alouds have them. I absolutely love our magnetic bookmarks. And
add to cart. Add to cart. I just wrote it down.
Right? I have a cup of them, and they like the kids know to just grab one. Like they're
do they tear the pages? Like
no.
Like if someone just like pulled it off, would it rip the page?
No.
Okay.
I have kids who are pretty rough on stuff. Like I have two boys that are like really rough on stuff, and we've never ripped a page. We even use them in library books. So it's worked out, but it's that point on the end where it goes, you can put it on the side or the top and they never fall out. So it's, oh my goodness, one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah. We're always grabbing like a torn piece of paper, like ripping a piece of an envelope and this will work. Stick that in.
And then say a prayer. Hopefully it's there next time.
And it's not. It's not. Yeah. So I love that. The magnetic, that I'm definitely ordering that.
Yep. All right. What's your next one, Rachel?
My downstairs and in my downstairs, like our homeschool room that we don't use for homeschooling in, it just is like the storage area. I've got a laminator, a printer, and a paper cutter, and like I don't do nearly the amount of printing and laminating and cutting that I did when my kids were a lot younger.
Yeah.
But when you need something to last, and the laminator is just majorly comes in handy, and but the cutting is still there. Like that cutting, we use it for art. I use it for planning. I use it for, all of any curriculum, like all of the stuff that comes with stuff to cut out, like paper cutter. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely saves time. And a good hole puncher. A good, like a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Not the cheap one. And now mine, I didn't
3 pages at a time.
No. So somebody gifted me a whole box of school supplies. It was like the bank or something when I started teaching, my first year teaching. And I still have like a lot of those things. Like, so it's that kind of stuff, right? Like those teacher supplies that you just.
The industrial, the heavy ones.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that's my next one.
I like it.
Yeah. Right, you guys use paper cutters?
Oh yeah. I literally got my cart right here with the laminator, the paper cutter. It's all right there.
Mine's like right there. Yeah. So laminator, we don't use as much as we used to, but we have and I don't know why this wasn't on my list because I love them, but these paper sleeves. Sleeves, like or the menus that you slide the pages into for the kids
with an expo
good
marker.
Dry erase marker. It's got to be a good quality dry erase marker.
Or the vis-a-vis, the wet erase, the ones that you use on the like that you used to use on the overhead projector.
They don't have as many pretty colors as we can get in dry erase.
Yeah,
so we still kind of favor the dry erase, but I like the wet erase because they don't get on the kids' hands.
Yeah, my left-handed one needs the wet erase because he's inevitably putting his hand on top of what he's writing. So, but we use that all the time. Better than printing constantly to try to practice things.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
going to say coffee was my next favorite supply because I need it.
Do
Coffee
it.
and my water cup, right? Like I know
Yeah.
that sounds silly, but the kids also have spill-proof cups.
Mm.
Like my roommate's spill-proof thing, it just goes like right in my bag, but I can
Yeah.
close it and leave it on the table, and even if my kids knock it over, it like doesn't ruin a book. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh boy.
Something that I did for my kids is to cut down on dishes and figuring out whose cup is whose. I bought little cups. They're the Walmart brand of the Yeti cups. And then I had a friend with a Cricut put their names and their favorite color on those, and they have their name cups, and that is like all they use. And it's nice because it's like not like it's a cup you could use all the time, right? It's not like a babyish, little thing that
Mhm.
my older kids are going to be like, oh, I don't want, and it's not a water bottle. It's a cup. Like it's a cup. And so we have our name cups and they're supposed to only use those. So that's been, something along those lines, Lisa, that we've used that has really helped. Cause like when you homeschool, you're home all day and your kids
The
are home all
dishes.
day and there's
Mhm.
so many dishes and we're busy teaching our kids that we need to cut down on some of that stuff. So yeah,
I
everyone
like
having
it.
their own cup.
Yep. Ours have stickers. I let them each choose like a special sticker.
Okay.
So
we
they
just
have their
color code.
color. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say they have their color already.
We do that with
My
water bottles. And
Yeah,
like they
it's
have their
like
own.
one son's always red, one's always blue, daughter's always pink. Like it's
Yep.
although my oldest decided to change to black. I'm no
No.
longer red. We got to change to black. Red's not cool
Oh.
anymore. But yeah, we
We
color
color
code for
code from
sure.
cups to toothbrushes to hairbrushes
Yep.
to binders, like everything.
Yeah, and my kids love doing that.
Yeah.
They have a backpack. Like we've everyone has their own color backpack and they know which one's theirs. They can visually just see it and know it's theirs. Like it's not like, "Oh, let me check the tag or anything." And then
Yeah.
that was actually going to be my one that on my list that didn't make it is having backpacks for my kids because we go, we're homeschooling
Adventurous. Mhm.
all over town. We're homeschooling in the car and put their stuff in their backpack and go, so
Yep. Yeah.
color coding.
Definitely. Color coding is so helpful when you have more than one kid for sure. And the next one on our list is our trampoline.
Hmm.
I like our trampoline. And no, you don't have to have any of the supplies we're talking about, but we have a big trampoline in the backyard. We've actually replaced it once because of weather and things, because it is so crucial to our day. When like if we're going into a challenging subject, I'm like, go bounce first, right? Like it's like go get your
Yeah.
bounce out. It
Mhm.
just helps them to focus and engage. And then when we really just are not able to get stuff done, I take our school out onto the trampoline and
Yeah.
we literally I'll sit down and read on it and they bounce around. Our trampoline has become a staple in our homeschool day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ours
I
too.
need to move. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
move. Need to
For
move.
us, it's we've got the trampoline, need it.
Mhm.
The bikes,
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
need it. Like
Hmm.
go do some laps around the
And
neighborhood
on rainy
and a
days,
swing.
Yeah.
do you guys have a rainy day plan for this? Because for us, our Alexa, like we have one in every room, we will put on dance party music to burn off
Mm,
energy if we can't
Yes.
go
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
I
So
love
yeah, because
that.
trampoline is my third. Like that is huge for us. But along the lines would be bikes, scooters, but also dance parties on bad weather days.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, and we always try to go for a walk before we start our school day. Like
That's a great
and if
idea.
it's like we go, we take the dog for a walk, we take a walk before we get started. I have found that if we get movement and food in before we try, we have such an easier time of it.
Yeah.
It's like you got to have those base needs met.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, well now it's back to me and you
It's
guys
back
have
to you.
taken all of my best ideas that I was like, okay, well I'm going to talk about color coding and backpacks and I'm going to talk about, my trampoline. No, y'all took them. So I'll just go with high quality, good quality paper. Like
Mm,
Oh yeah.
especially for
paper.
painting.
All the paper. Like
Mm,
good paper. Even for so we get like a really heavyweight printer paper, because I find that if I'm printing out curriculum, if I'm printing anything, and it's on that really cheap flimsy paper, it rips. My kids don't like it. It goes through. It bleeds through. And then if they're grabbing paper just to draw and create, like just that general, one of my kids is writing books all the time. And he writes these like choose your own adventure books where they have flaps and you unfold the flap and that's your adventure, and like only one of them is a win and like 3 of them are fails, and it's very creative. But he needs good paper for that. And so we can also use it for art, for a lot of things for art, but we also buy like the special like Bristol board for painting on, because you can't really paint on computer paper. So high quality paper, just having that always on hand. Because if they're, and my kids don't use lined paper. They do not like lined paper. They don't like the traditional
No boxes.
Yeah, I know, right? My kids do not want to be kept in a box. So
My
just
son
plain.
literally said yesterday, he's like, that one has boundaries. I tried to give him graph paper. Long multiplication problems. I'm like, this is going to help. And he's like, I don't like boundaries. And I was like, but what's your problem right now? There's no boundary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, good paper, good quality paper.
I love it. All right, Lisa, what do you got for us? Last one.
My next one was the things to move. So it's the trampoline or the Alexa. Like we really need that movement in our day.
It makes such a huge difference. It just like children need to move. They were born to move. We're reading Farmer Boy right now. And I keep pointing out to my kids, I'm like, look, he got up at 5 a.m. and did all of these chores. Then he walked to school. He walked home, did so much more. It makes sense that he was tired at the end of the day, that he was, like our bodies were made to move.
Right.
I will say, if you were to ask my oldest or my firstborn, what her favorite school supply would be, it would be a picnic blanket.
Oh, yes.
Because I actually asked my older kids what they liked my graduates to tell their younger siblings, and that was what she said. And I will say that is something that we have gotten away from, and I just ordered off of Amazon. This it's like woven out of plastic. It's a waterproof area rug that you can stake into the ground, right? So
nice.
I spread it out, and like already this morning the kids are out there doing reading and writing on it.
We have
so
one
I
of
feel
those.
like that's going to be our next favorite.
Yeah, we have a blanket that folds up. It was like a swag gift that we got from somewhere, and it folds up and has the Velcro so you can carry it.
Yeah.
But the one side is waterproof, and then the other side is soft. And that we have taken that thing everywhere. We've gone to like doctor's appointments, like weekly appointments, or we've had to be like outside and just waiting, or we're loud in the waiting area. So we just sit outside and, and put that blanket down and just read. And then the kids pull out their color-coded backpacks and do their work while the other one's having their appointment, So I love that, like going outside and even just having like in my yard doing picnics and doing, we've done poetry out there. And it's good. Like it's good to have like a gathering spot. It's a boundary.
Yeah.
It's a boundary.
But we trick them because it's outside. So
because it's outside. Yeah. Let's stay on the blanket.
All right. My last one is sidewalk chalk. And I would have thought that I would have been done with sidewalk chalk when they were little. But this has been such a saving grace for us, because those days where we do end up going out on the trampoline because we just are not functioning well inside, I grab sidewalk chalk and I'll write the sentence we're working on, the spelling word, the math problem on the trampoline itself. Yes, it works very well. And then they can bounce on the right answer. They can use their feet to erase. So you get more movement that way. I'll write stuff on the side of our house, and we've used like squirt guns or Nerf guns or whatever's outside.
I want Allie to homeschool me.
More. This is fun.
It's always what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have some kiddos that sitting inside can be physically painful sometimes. Like it's too much sensory input. And so I had to get creative. And dysgraphia and things like that make it so challenging to write. So we just had to figure things out. Sidewalk chalk can write almost anywhere. And just by moving something off paper and onto a tree, onto a trampoline, onto the side of a a house onto the sidewalk chalk or the side of the table or chair we have outside, and then using whatever we have around, a ball to throw at it, a stick to throw at it, whatever it is, we can still get the work done, not on paper. And it's sidewalk chalk. And I foresee my oldest is 10. I foresee us continuing to use this moving forward. I foresee him using it on his own moving forward as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can use it anywhere.
I have a friend who
That's
does
awesome.
a lot of work on their sliding glass door with dry
Yes.
erase markers. So similar thing, like just taking it off paper and just writing on the door. Like, what? Who gets to do that?
It's amazing.
It's novel.
And it's a mindset shift
Mhm.
too. Sometimes, like we're talking about the boundary part, but sometimes, especially for kiddos who are already really anxious about doing traditional schoolwork, sometimes it's literally just moving to. Do you guys ever do that for yourself though too? Like you're trying to get something done and you have to just take it to another spot. It's the same kind of thing. It's like we just need to take it to another spot so your mind can drop that iron curtain wall situation and let you do your thing. So that sidewalk chalk, that will always be fully stocked at our house.
That's great.
I love it.
An honorable mention is board games. Board games, I didn't put that on my list, but as we've been talking, I'm like, ooh, board games. I have taught more through intentional choice of board games and not telling my kids that they're learning anything. Just, like,
totally.
oh, we're going to play this game or I got a new game. Let's play it. And like all of a sudden, like Scrambled States of America. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes. Favorite over here.
Yeah. I mean, they know they know the states, the capitals, and the motto. And they didn't even know that they were having a formal geography unit on United States and capitals and locations, all of that. Ticket to Ride.
Sneaky break days, right? Yes. But then it's like, okay, we're going to have a board game day or everyone's having a rough day. Let's do board games this afternoon, but you're actually still doing school. It's like that.
Fun Friday is what we do. We do Fun Friday.
Ooh, I love
no
it.
textbooks on Friday. It's like Fun Friday, but
writing that down.
Yeah. And then, so we, like most of the curriculum is set up to where you could do 4 days a week. So we do that Monday through Thursday. So we put the curriculum away and then they just think they're having fun on Fridays and mom has another plan. So that's an honorable mention.
I love it so much. I love how creative we've all been in trying to solve problems and grab at these amazing resources that people have created. We would love to hear from you guys if you've got more ideas, because I am like ready to add to cart. So please let us know, what are your weird, awesome, do you like solutions that really make your homeschool day special? We'd love to hear more about it. I hope that some of these may have inspired or made you laugh or made you smile today. And I hope that the start of your homeschool year is going absolutely beautifully. We will see you again next time. Have a great day.